everyone. My name is Monica Velasquez, and this is our task number 3 that we are going to teach you about human rights and responsibilities.
Okay, hello. My name is Kevin David Pais, and I'm here with my partner Monica, presenting this interesting class. I hope that you really like it.
Okay, everyone. As you can see in our presentation, we have our topic for today. And I am going to talk about human rights and responsibilities. Of course, we all have rights like education, health, and freedom, but we also have some responsibilities to protect our world and other people. In this presentation, we will learn how to use modals, verbs, and conditionals to talk about problems, solutions, and consequences. So for this, let's move on to the second one. Let's start with a big problem that is the river pollution that we have here in our country, in every single city. Many rivers are full of garbage and chemicals. What should we do for our planet? What should people do? If we do nothing, the situation will get worse. People should recycle, shouldn't throw trash in the rivers, and have to protect the environment. So the idea for this part is that as a student and as a teacher, the idea is that we try to share the problems that we have in our cities. For example, here in Medellin, that is so common. Our river is so dirty, and the people used to just throw the garbage in it. And it's absolutely disgusting at the same time because when you pass so close to the river, you can smell that. And the people don't care, basically. So the idea, for example, Kevin, is do you have the same problem in your city?
In my case, that I live in Palmira, Valle del Cauca, and we don't have any special river flows, but we have a pollution problem. And
Mhm.
mainly in the downtown, there's a lot of garbage, and the people is throwing their their garbage, their trash there, and it has been a
Mhm.
big problem since a lot of years ago. Even has passed
Mhm.
a lot of governments, and one of the main purpose are cleaning the zones. But it doesn't matter what cleaning the people do. They're always get dirty again and again. So that is
Yeah.
really problematic for the community, and and that gives a bad look to our city.
Yes, it's because people here doesn't have that customs about our recycled the garbage. They just try to, okay, I need to put it away, and that is the solution that the people find. Okay, thanks. In the next slide, we have the explanation about modals verbs. We have 4 modals verbs that we can use in order to talk about that interesting topic. So, for example, we have in the first place can. Can is a modal verb that we use to show ability or permission, and this the ability, and the difference with the modals verb with the common verbs is that the modal verbs with the same verb you can make the affirmative statement, you can make the negation, and at the same time you can make the questions. So can is used for abilities or permission in that order, and we have could. Could is to show possibility. Like in talking about this is like we can say like we could reduce pollution if we try. We use should for suggestions or advice. Actually, I would like to share that it's for strong suggestions because it is like in this topic, people should recycle, for example, because it's a big problem that is affecting us or and our environment. And in the last one, we have to, that is for obligations or necessities. The difference we have to is that we have to use Present simple, we need the auxiliaries to make the questions and the negative statements to use it. Here. Talking about consequences, uh, we can use the first conditional. The first conditional is when we talk about future and at the same time about facts. We use the first conditional for first, we need the condition that is with if. If is the condition and the result is with will. For example, we can say like, if we recycle, the city will be cleaner. Yes, we have a condition that we as a society, we should recycle to make our first action, and the result is that the city will be cleaner. That is the first conditional. The name sounds a little difficult, but in fact, it isn't. Okay. And we can use the second conditional too. The second conditional is used for hypothetical situations, imaginary or unreal situations. So the form is the same. You need the condition, but in this case, you use a simple past, and the result is with would. In the first one, the result is with will, but in the second one, the result is with would. For example, if people care more, the world would be a better place. As you see, it is a hypothetical situations. Even in this, we can use it to talk about this topic because we can talk about hypothetical situations and about the consequences that we can have. So to look if we understood the topic, we have this example, a problem plus solution model, consequence, and conditional. As you can see here on my screen, pollution, we must recycle. If we recycle, rivers will be cleaner. In that way, you can use the grammar in order to express your ideas correctly. And we have a mini practice, and the idea is that we try to participate completed this. Like the first one, if factories don't change, what can be the result? Citizens, and we have a space, recycle more if people planted trees. So the idea is that we try to complete that statements with our own ideas. Kevin, what do you think about this part?
Okay, I will start with number two, that it says
Mhm.
citizens space recycle more. I think that it could be a citizens should recycle more, like in a advice. It will be a
Yes.
nice idea. The first, it if factories don't change, uh, we will have more respiratory diseases.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. And the third one, if people plant trees, uh, we will have more green spaces to I don't know, to enjoy our life.
Yes, basically, yes. Is you have a lot of green in your environment, the life is absolutely better.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
yes, that was the presentation about this topic. Let's continue with the next part. Give me a second and I stop sharing the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I will share my screen. Give me a moment, please. Sharing the window. Oh, where is this? Okay. Do you see my screen here, like in white ground?
Yes, I can see. I
Okay,
can
okay,
see
thank you.
it's a little small,
A little
actually, but
small.
yes, a little. Now better.
Yeah.
It was just
Okay. So, there is going to be a little practice where we are going to uh, see some exercises and some situations where we can use the modal verbs or we can use different statements about the modal verbs and conditional. So you only have to join through quizzes and
Mhm.
copy this code. Okay, I'm going to text it on the chat.
Okay, okay.
There you go. There you go. Everyone, if you have your cell phone there, there is the code.
Did you send the link?
Here. I already have sent it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, here you are, Monica. So let's begin.
Mm, okay.
Okay, I have here the
I'm
questions.
so sorry. I can see well. Okay.
Are you in your cell phone
Okay,
or
now
where?
better. What?
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
No,
it is
no.
good.
I got a problem here with my computer, but so sorry, so sorry. Okay, now better.
Ah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
the question says, is people use car less, what will happen? Noise will increase, traffic will get worse, air will be cleaner. I think air will be cleaner. Yeah,
Okay,
claps,
nice.
claps.
Yeah, in this case, just going to show you at your rhythm, okay? It is at your rhythm, no
Mhm,
problem.
mhm. Is there were no schools? What will children do? They will learn at home. They will play more video games. They
All right.
will never need education.
Okay,
Okay.
nice. I want that you
Mhm.
realize if there is a first conditional or second conditional, what, for example, that sentences. Okay.
What will happen if there were no teachers? A student will not learn properly. Everyone will study harder. The school will be better. Never in the life.
Never learn, right?
They need us a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. What may happen if a student cheats on a test? This is a hypothetical situation, right? Yes, the class may celebrate, the teacher may punish them, the student may get a medal. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What will happen is people start recycling. Plus the screen. Hmm.
In what question are you?
In question 7, what can happen if animals lose their habitat? They
Okay.
will grow faster. They can become extinct. They will move to cities happily. And in this one,
Okay. Nice.
okay, what should you do if you made a mistake? Admit it incorrectly, hide it, repeat it again. I know that the answer is so evident, but most of the time we hide it.
Ah, yes. We are not acting as we must be.
Okay, what most people do is they want to protect forest, plant trees and recycle the trash. Okay, of course.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, I think this is the last one. If factories reduce smoke, what will happen? Yes, I think this is the last one.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's finish here and let's see. your
Okay.
feedback. Okay, in this case, nice, good job. You were the first one, and let's see, you got a 90%. That's pretty good. You only missed one. Okay, that was very
Yes, it's
nice.
because at the beginning I have problems.
Okay, yeah, I know. There's no problem. Okay. But you did it very well. And I want to, we try to socialize at least three questions. Okay.
Okay.
So, in this one, how do you imagine a word if there were no teacher? How will be a word without
I
teacher in your
I
own
think
words?
that will be a awful word. Because, sometimes we think that we can learn all by ourselves, but actually it's not like this. We need someone who try to guide us in a correct way, a person who has the capacity to transform the knowledge in an easy way that we can understand. That is the reason that for me, that is out of question because we need someone who help us with different things, with languages, with arts. For that is the reason that all of us, even are at home, our fathers act like teachers for us.
Yes, I really agree with you. Even that was a very good point that every person teach us, right?
Mhm,
Even our
mhm,
parents, we have learned to different person and not a mandatory they were teachers, but they
mhm.
taught us something different to us. So
Yes,
that was
yes.
very, very true. Okay, a second question. Um, This one, no, let me check. I really like that one. Here, if people use car less, what will happen? Imagine a work where we don't use too much, too many the cars. How will be that?
I think that absolutely the contamination is going to reduce a lot.
Uh,
Um, I think that it's so important when, for example, I don't know, in Bogota, that they take some steps to reduce the smoke contamination. But let me tell you that here in Medellin, there is a big problem that the people, when we talk about that, for them it's like impossible because there are long distances. However, I consider that cycling is a good option because the obesity is increasing just because we try to take means transportation all the time, motorcycles, a train, or we use all, but we never want to walk.
yeah.
So I consider that yes, that we should do it. Try, for example, cycling for me is a great solution. At least I don't know, reduce the cars used for one day. I don't know on Sunday or something like this, or you know. But it's because we are always in a rush that we don't try to do it, but we should.
Yeah, that's totally true. And even I think that, for example, we can reduce it also using different means of transport like public transport that is massive, but in this case you are not there are not too many cars on the streets, and also
Mhm.
the better in my opinion is use electric means of transport that is going to be very popular currently. I don't know if you have realized or
Mhm.
maybe imagine there will be a lot, I can imagine that there's a
Yes.
lot of people using cars and motorcycles. There are a lot. Or
Yes,
even
yes.
that's
People
awesome.
is trying
Okay.
to implement that currently, yes, because nowadays it's affordable to get that kind of mediums transportation. And
Yeah.
yes, one of my, I have two partners at my job, my colleagues, they use it. Like one of them has a scooter, and it's so funny,
Yeah.
yes, because it's a different way to do it, but it's because they are aware about the contamination. We were talking about that, and she decided to do it like, no, I am going to make my part. And that is the reason that she bought that scooter.
Yeah, that's true. And final question. I would like to change a little bit some this sentence. What can happen uh, if animals lose their habitats? What are some consequences of
And
the
you know
animal?
what? I think that we are suffering the consequences right now.
Yeah.
Here, I can talk about here because in the last month, show up, I don't remember the name. It's similar to a tiger. It's so similar. I don't remember the name, and appears here in
Yeah.
Medellin in a popular neighborhood, and was so dangerous because there were a lot of children, were people, and appears that, and even a snake. Just
Damn.
because, yes, because here the people is building, built a lot of buildings, and we are, taking animals' habitat to mate it, and the animals they are moving to the city, and we are suffering the consequences. And was a big snake, and all of us we were so scared, like, oh my God, what is happening? But it's because of that, because we are doing that. They are losing their habitats and they are trying to move into the city, and that is so dangerous for us.
Yeah,
Causes
that's
even
true.
accidents because if you are riding your motorcycles, I don't know, could you imagine? So suddenly appears in front of you that kind of animals, you are going to be scared that you can suffer an accident. It's awful.
Yeah, that's totally true. We are suffering the consequences right now, and we're responsible. Yes, totally true.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have finished this part of the activity for the moment. Okay, what is the next one?
Okay, in the next one, I would like to practice something. To produce something. Let me I share my screen too.
Okay, let me
In
stop
the
here.
production, yes, yes. Thanks. We are going to make the production, sorry. So
Okay,
here in the productions, basically is that we continue talking about the topic. And here, the idea is that we make a debate. In this case, talk about the government and citizens. I would like that we try to put ourselves in someone's shoes with this, like if we be part about the government or citizens, talking using the models and consequences conditionals. The topic of the debate is the government must invest in clean energy. If not, pollution will increase. What is the idea about that? That we try to give our opinion if we are agree or disagree, and we try to argue our answers using, of course, the topic that we have been learning. For example, I would like to give you my opinion. Um, I totally agree that the government must invest in clean energy. For me, it's the best way to reduce pollution and protect our planet. If the government uses more solar and wind energy, people will have cleaner air and healthier life. If nothing is done, pollution will continue to grow and affect future generations, because people all the time think about the present, but we never think that we have kids. In the future, probably they are not going to have the same green zone or the green environment that we have now just because of that. So I consider that the government should be aware about the situation and try to take some steps and try to practice some solutions in order to create that sense in people, that the people realize that no, it's important to take care of our environment nowadays, in this moment, because it's going to affect us in the future. What about you? What do you think about it?
Okay, in my case, I'm also agree that the government must invest. Even I really like that word that it must. It's not like an option or a recommendation because
Mm-hmm.
we are living
Mm-hmm.
in a world that is being affected in not only in economy. We are leaving aside the fact that the environment is in danger, and even they are not
Mm-hmm.
regularly the enterprises they are selling. Uh, for example, the Amazonas in the case of Colombia, there are the illegal minery.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of activities um, that are affecting our country. And if they're not don't do
Mm-hmm.
that, at least try to promote and invest in clean energy. For example, can you imagine on for example on a school that works through solar energy? That will be great. Because
Wow.
Colombia
Yes,
is
yes.
yeah, for example, I don't know, in Cali, that the sun is
Mhm.
incredible. So that would be nice. I think so. It will be
Yes,
yeah,
I think so.
yeah, or maybe Barranquilla, the coast, you know. So
Yes.
that kind of places that are the where the heat is really, really hot. Yeah, I don't know. Try to implement something like that, like a clean energy. For example, means of transport that works through electric energy. That will be really nice
Mhm.
instead of fossil fuels. Uh, there's a lot of things that we can implement it, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
countries that they are already doing, but and we have the infrastructure, we have the places, we have the resources, but it's just to uh, propose it, and I know that we will achieve it in 5 or 10 years, and it would be that are going to
Mhm.
change our lifestyles.
Yeah. It's because I think that sometimes we wait for the consequences to take actions.
But that will
You
be
know, when we are
so
in trouble,
late. Yeah.
we are okay. Now we need to look for a solution. Why not now? Okay, thanks. So good.
Okay.
Um, Let me I continue with our activity. Okay, I'm so sorry. So in this moment, I am sharing with you a palette. So the idea is that we create a poster campaign. We design our slogans with morals plus conditionals, like this: we must protect our forest. If people recycle more, cities will be cleaner. So the idea for this part, I'm going to share my screen in order that that show up in the video. Wait.
Okay.
So the poster creation is just to make it this. Okay, I'm gonna give you some minutes to create it. I shared the palette with you before. So give me a sec. Okay. So the idea is that we try to make something like this. Yes, I made it this like an example. You can put some pictures if you want. I put it before this. We must use clean energy. If we do it, the earth will be healthier. And I tried to put an image that match with that expression or with that statement. So the only thing that you should do is click on it here. And in this part, write your name like this. And in this, when it says write something awesome, you write your statement. And if you want, you can upload a picture for that. You have two samples here. So I'm gonna wait for you.
Okay.
Okay, already have posted. Maybe you have to reload the page.
I am doing it. Okay, now yes. Awesome. I like that image. The Amazon needs you, but you need it more. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
100% agree with that. You must remember that a little part of that magical place comes in every breath if you are still breathing. Absolutely agree. That is the reason that I don't like when the people try to decide like Amazon should be like touristic place because here in Colombia when they try to make that kinds of places like oh no tourist activities will be so harmful for the environment and that is the reason that I don't like. That should is be like this, peaceful.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, that
Honestly,
is good.
yes. Thank you.
Okay. Were you trying to tell me something?
Yeah, that me either. I don't like when the people do these kind of expeditions, especially because they
Mhm,
don't take it, keep in mind that there is a place that they must respect. They are only okay. This is
mhm,
beautiful. We can eat here and we can just take the photo and that's all. No, there is a place where you must show respect, admire it, but it's not
mhm.
like go to upload your photos for Instagram. No, I don't. I not agree with that.
Yes, yes, yes. Just to post something on social media. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. And we are going to make the last activity. In this activity, the game is called What If. I am sharing again my presentations. So in this. What if is a game? The idea is that you choose at least two or three questions and try to complete it with the answers. So yeah, I like this game because it is the way that you can prove yourself. Um, First of all, reading the questions and understanding what is the grammar that I expect that you use it, and what is the result that you are going to apply here. With what grammar are you going to answer? I don't know. For example, is you choose like the first one that says, what will happen is people start recycling. The result should be with will. So, for example, in my case, my answer is the planet will get dirtier. So something like this. Choose one you and I'm going to choose another one. And in that way, we can interact for 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, I'm gonna make one more and you choose another one. What
Okay.
will happen if factories reduce plastic production? There will be less pollution, absolutely. Now tell me you want.
Okay. What what would happen if people didn't care about human rights? Okay,
Mhm,
I think that the world would be messier than currently, because currently we have a lot of social problems and wars, and the human rights are being ignored. So
mhm.
a world where they totally don't didn't care about it, it will be messier. It's just the word.
That is the word perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. What would happen if there were no laws? People will do whatever they want. If nowadays the people do whatever they want and we have laws, could you imagine a world without laws? That sounds like a tongue twister.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yes, now I realize.
Yes.
Okay, good. I have another one that was with wood. I'm gonna make one more with wheel. Let me check. Probably this. What will happen if schools teach more about climate change? Students will be more responsible because I think that they have the capacity to understand how climate change affects us. I absolutely I believe that the students they have the capacity. Sometimes we underestimate them. We say no, they are just children. They can't understand. What can they do? A lot of things. If they start from now, could you imagine in the future? Huh, they can do a lot of things. Okay, tell me one more.
Okay, I really love this last one. What
Mm,
will happen if the rainforest disappear? And I think that we will be totally dead. The life on the earth it will is going to extinct, going to disappear. I think that the rainforests are one of the cores of the life, not just
mhm,
for animals, but for humans also. So if these
mm.
ones would disappear, we will be in really troubles, in big troubles.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, that is our production part. I think that we can move on to the last part of our presentation. That is the evaluation.
Yeah, yeah, I'm agree. So I'm going to share before to. Mm, I'm going to share my screen with the evaluation, and you ask me with your voice, okay? Or do you prefer to respond in your computer?
Now we can continue talking, and in that
Okay,
way
okay.
we can.
Yeah, it will be more interesting.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Could you make zoom a little bit? I'm a little blind, so I can see well.
Okay, like
Okay.
this.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay,
Okay. Hmm, absolutely must. People must respect the law to protect human rights.
that's true. Totally agree.
Ye- Yes, we don't have options with that. I think that we can give an strong advice. However, I think as our topic says, we have responsibilities, right? But we have responsibilities. I consider that must should be in this case, not should. It's a strong suggestion, but no. For my
Okay,
personal opinion, you must.
okay, yeah, I'm agree. But generally, the big big part of the population they say like should, and but
Mhm.
no, that should
No,
be a must.
it's our responsibility. Basically, is that
Yeah.
in this school, students use the library as their class. Can I think because they are able to do it in this school? Yes,
Which one did you say? Sorry.
yes, can I say?
Yeah, that's true. Can
Okay,
the the ability.
yes, they are able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we discriminate against others because everyone. I don't want to sound like I am so strict, but I want to say mostly.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
true.
want to
That's
look
true.
strict, but for me, it's most.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But let's see the other one. What do you think about this one?
You look sick. In this case, we can use you should because it's a strong advice, but we don't want to sound rude. Probably we use most is we were talking about our brother or sister, and then no, with a friend, you say, no, you should see a doctor. It's a
Yeah,
strong
that's
advice.
true. Yeah,
Mhm.
there is an advice like, okay, try it, come on, do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If people recycle, the air will be cleaner, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel so smart today.
Me too, me too. You are.
Please. Or um exams or tests at the university should be like this.
Oh yeah, I'm agree.
Okay, if the students respect each other's, the school will be more peaceful for us, for them, for all the world.
That's true, yes. And last
Okay,
one.
if government invested more in education, the world will be more equal. Oh, yes.
And with that one, we already have finished. Okay?
Yeah.
All your answers were totally agree for the correct. So thank you so much for participating in this evaluation.
Thanks so much.
Okay. And with that, we can close this session. Thank you so much for watching us. And thanks for your time, Monica. And the person is
Thanks.
watching us.
Thanks for your time too. I consider that was a great class because we could share a lot of opinions and interesting ideas about the topic. So thanks. See you. See you soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's stop here.